Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mom DIY Interrupted by Kids. This is Rochelle, she's my bestie. We do so many DIYs together. So we are really excited. This was actually Rochelle's love child that we're taking on today. We are doing cutting boards. So Rochelle actually went up to our local Amish community and grab some of this walnut. Is it walnut?
Yeah, this is hard walnut. It's really important that you grab wood that is hardwood for cutting and not something soft like pine. So you want to look at more maple or hickory or walnut.
And this is about 1 inch thick, really heavy, and it's really pretty. That's my kid. That's Rhett. He's trying to help. Your milk's on the table, buddy. This wood is just really pretty, so that's why she chose it. And these were actually scraps at the lumber yard. So anyways, last night she did a lot of the work, and this is just kind of an example board, but her husband helped us by cutting them down to size. And then she used this tool that's, you want to show them?
Oh, yes, it's this thingy.
It's for doorknob cutting, and it comes in various sizes. And then you just attach it to your drill. Is that right?
Yeah, we used a corded drill, which you have to be really careful with, especially with the hardwood. One of the things that you want to watch out for is if you have knots in your board, you don't want to drill this into a knot, especially with a corded drill, because it'll eat on you the other way.
Like that.
That's bad. You don't want that to happen.
So anyway, so this is a raw piece, and there's not any sanding done to this, so it's really raw. I don't know if you can see that, all that texture in there. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these boards out to the garage because it's a dusty mess, and we're gonna go ahead and grind them down and get them all nice and smooth. And then we're gonna come in here and sand in here and get our shape the way we want. And then we're going to engrave names here with a wood burner. So they should turn out really awesome, hopefully.
Yep.
So we're at the garage and we are getting ready to sand, and it is cold out here. We have a space heater going. So last night she went with the 120 grit for really gritty sandpaper.
This is a belt sander. So this is some powerful stuff.
And then later we'll smooth it down with finer sandpaper and so on.
220 grit sandpaper for the fine sanding.
So we're just going to get going here and see what we can get these bad boys on. Okay, so we're back and we've got them all sanded. They're really nice and smooth now. We ended up using 120 sandpaper, sorry. And we just covered a sanding block. You can pick up the sanding blocks and the 120 paper at the Home Depot, probably $5 give or take for the sandpaper. Sanding block will run you a couple of bucks. And then we went ahead and used the Orville sander just to smooth everything down so it's really fine, and that was with a 120 grit. Now we're going to use our Dremel. Babies are angry. Got one crawling on the table. This is real life mom DIYing, by the way. This is what we do. Every time that we do a project, we have these two at least until Rochelle has 2 kids. I have 4. This is our life. We DIY, but it's a disaster every single time. So anyways, we're going to Dremel out the holes. We're going to make those nice and smooth and round those edges with a Dremel. The Dremel you can get at Home Depot as well. You could also hand sand it if you don't have a Dremel, which would be less expensive, but if you do have one, that's a nice feature. And we wanted to talk about the price of the lumber that we got. The lumber that we got, or Rochelle picked up at the Amish community, was just a few bucks for each board, if that. It was like $26 for a ridiculous amount of wood, right?
Yeah, because it was scrap wood basically that they had left over, and so yeah, that's a good find if you got some Amish living close to you. But if not, you can probably go to any lumber yard and just see if you can pull out some scrap wood.
Go.
So we're gonna get started again, and just watch and see. We're gonna give some babies some jobs so they stop crawling all over everything. Okay, we're down to the final stages of our project here, and the kids are asleep. Yay!
Yeah.
So after the dremeling, we sanded some more. We dremeled out these holes to take the edge off, and then inside just to smooth it out. And then we went back with the fine grit sandpaper, the 120, and and we just resanded everything down again and again. Basically, you cannot sand enough. Just keep sanding. When in doubt, when in doubt, sand is sand. So, and then we wiped it off with a damp cloth and got it all nice and smooth. And then we went ahead and penciled what we wanted to say on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very light, but that's going to be the guide. You can also use a stencil by printing something off of the computer and using that as a guide. What we should have done is wear safety goggles and earplugs and a mask maybe. We got a lot of sand and dust in our face and our eyeballs.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20.
Whoops. But we didn't, so, you know, moving on. So now we're going to take these handy dandy little tools, which are just a wood burning tool. And you can get these at the Hobby Lobby, Home Depot, Amazon, a lot of places. $15 to $30 depending on what brand. This one's a little less expensive. Rochelle's is a little higher grade, and it usually comes with a few different tips. And you're just going to take it and put it on your board, and you're going to use a very light touch. Not a lot of pressure is needed, just a very light touch to get the desired look. So we're going to get going. All right, last step, we've got our names on here. Kids are up from naps, so that's always wonderful. And we're going to use a little oil, and we're just going to rub it on here. And you're going to want to oil these pretty much after every use. You want to help me? Okay. So, like a tongue oil or beeswax, olive oil, really anything pretty natural. But oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And you can kind of see the wood grain coming back out and looking pretty, 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 pretty. Do you want to help? Do you want to help?
No, I eat waffles.
You just want to eat waffles?
I want some waffles too, buddy.
You don't want to help mommy?
No,
No?
it's not.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad that you napped through the wood burning part of this.
Down.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
No, we're not making waffles and pancakes now.
I eat waffles.
Come here. You okay?
I
Okay. Just a minute. So pretty. And there you have it, a finished cutting board. We'll go ahead and finish oiling the other side, but it is beautiful and ready to use. And thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. helpful, really informative. I hope that you get something out of this and are able to do it yourself. Please like my page below and comment any questions you might have, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.